Hi friends, today's topic is cloud native. What is cloud native? Let's start with the Wikipedia definition. Cloud native computing is an approach in software development that utilizes cloud computing to build and run scalable applications in modern dynamic environments such as public, private, and hybrid clouds. So that really means a couple of things. Mainly it means we are using DevOps for automation and continuous delivery. Probably it also means that we are using a microservice architecture, and quite possibly it also means that we are using container as a core part of our architecture. But I think the critical thing is that it means we are starting to use some of the native services that cloud providers offer rather than building and deploying our own. So, a database is an excellent example of this. So let's say our application need to use something like MySQL or Oracle. Okay, let's take MySQL, a very common open source database. Now, traditionally, if you want to deploy MySQL in a production environment, you need to do quite a lot of work. So first thing, you have to deploy MySQL to probably a Linux server. Then you need to set up a MySQL replication and configure replication to another standby Linux database server. Then it would be best if you employed someone to monitor that Linux server or both of those Linux servers to make sure that they are up and running and working. So you need to configure backup, you need to configure snapshots, you need probably manually failover from one to other if things goes wrong. You need to update your application to failover, and you need to do all of this sort of management and overhead works, right? Quite a lot. Quite a lot of work to consider to deploy a resilient production applications, right? The same, now if you want to do this on the cloud, it is much easier because actually what would you do is to go to Amazon RDS specifically, for example, you would say, I want a production grade MySQL database, right? And Amazon would handle everything for you. So they would give you a production endpoint for MySQL. Still, they would handle the point in time recovery. They handle the automatic failure to a secondary host. They handle the data center failures. They handle all of these things for you. Okay. Means there are many examples of these cloud native deployments. Another one is, we can say, like Lambda. So instead of worrying about service to execute your code on, you just upload your code and configure it when you want to run, and Amazon execute it for you. Yeah. So with these explanation, I think you all clear on what is cloud native, right? Thank you for watching.